Hilchas Eidus Perek Shnayim Ve'esrim. This is the last perek of Hilchas Eidus. And here the Rambam discusses the din of Shnei Kiti Eidim, which are Machisha Zu. Now we're learning about the din of Hazama. So if you had one pair of Eidus that said Haggadas Eidus, and then the second pair of Eidus were Mazim the first Eidus, and they're saying Yimonu Hoyisem, so we believe the second pair of Eidus and the first pair of Eidus becomes possible. The first pair of Eidus also get the Einish of Kasher Zaman, but we believe the second pair of Eidus. In a situation where you have two Eidus saying one way, and there's another two Eidus that are being Makhish the first Eidus, they're not being Mazim the first Eidus. They're just contradicting the first Eidus. This person is saying that this person killed, and this person is saying the person didn't kill, or whatever the story may be. So then we have Shteki Eidus Makhish Zuzu, so each one, Be'emes is a Suffolk puzzle. We don't know which one was the Eidim that said the Sheker. So the din is, it's Machlekes in Gemara, whether we say that since he's a Suffolk puzzle, so he becomes puzzle Eidus, but the halacha is that Zuba b'fnei atzmi meida, v'zuba b'fnei atzmi meida, that each pair of Eidus retains its cheskes kashrus, and therefore each pair of Eidus could say Eidus independently. Now, however, if you're going to have one Eid of one of the pairs and one Eid of the other of the pairs, and then those two are going to come together and say Eidus, so we know that one of these Eidim are coming from a kat which said sheker. We don't know which one, but we know for sure that one of them said sheker. So b'chiyagam, then we can't accept that Eidus. Al derech zeh, if you have these two pairs of Eidus that are coming together, and you want to believe them both at the same time, so that also we don't believe them both at the same time, as we'll learn the prati adinim. Perek Shnayim Ve'esrim. Shnei kiti Eidim, hamakhish zu ezu. If you have a case of two kiti Eidus which contradicted each other, shebo Eid echod mikad zu, ve'eid echod mikad zu, v'hi'idu be'eidus acheres, and one of this kat and the other one of this kat came, and they want to say a different Eidus, they can Eidus. Shari bevadi echad mem shakran, and just when you do a miu mishnayim, so you can't go ahead and say, well, each one has a cheskes kashrus, because we know that one of them is from an Eidim which were shakranim. Memela, one of these Eidim aren't kosher. However, bo kadzu b'fnei atzma v'hida Eidus, ubo kadzu b'fnei atzma v'hida Eidus. Each kat came separately for different Eidusin. V'hida Eidus acheres. So then mekabel kolachas men b'fnei atzma. So the thing is that each kat of Eidus could say Eidus because each one has a cheskes kashrus. But if you're going to take one Eid from one kat and one Eid from the other kat, so we know for sure that one of these Eid are coming from shakranim, so memela that Eidus is possible. Halacha beis. Reuven shehoitzi al Shimon shnei shtaris. Reuven is coming with two shtaris against Shimon. Echad b'mon of echad b'masayim. The kofar Shimon b'shnei ashtaris. So we have a case. Reuven has two shtaris against saying that Shimon owes him money. One shtar says 100, and one shtar says 200. Now the Eid shtar zeh katachas meisen hashtayim shechisu shtar zu ezu. The Eid shtar hasheni akatashniya. So we have there's two pairs of Eidus on the two shtaris, and those two pairs of Eidus are Eidus which were in a different Haggadas Eidus, were machish each other. Again, we have two pairs of Eidus that said one thing, two pairs of Eidus said fakir. There was shteit kiti Eidus, hamachish zu ezu. Each one was a suffix puzzle. Now lepel each one independently say Eidus. Now we have one of those Eidus that are signing on one shtar from Reuven against Shimon. And now you have the other pair of Eidus that are signing on another shtar from Reuven against Shimon. Now Reuven is coming together with those two shtaris, and he has one shtar that says this kat of Eidus and one shtar that says the other kat of Eidus. So again, we know that one of those kitas are a puzzle. So when the kat comes b'fnei atzma, we say that he's becheskes kashrus, he's kosher. But when they're coming together, so we can't say that it's kosher because we know that one of them is puzzle. So the din is Hari Shimon mishalim monish. He only pays a mana. Because Shiyad Balashtar ala Tachtena, V'yishav ala Shar. In other words, we know for sure that one of them is possible. We don't know which one is possible. So normally when a person comes with one, so we say, listen, this one isn't possible. We assume he's kosher. But since we know one of them is possible, we don't know which one is possible. So the din is that the Baal Hashtar gets the lesser. Since he's the Meitzim Mechavere, he wants to be Meitzim Mechavere, and we know that one of them is possible. So Mela, we say that he only gets the lesser of the two shtaris. So Mela, if you have one for 200, one for 100, so the Malva will only get 100. Then the Rambam continues, V'iroli, sheshvua zu, she'yishav al hashar, is b'nechitas chayfetz. Now, on one of them he pays, the lesser he pays, And the other one, the Rambam says, V'yishav al hashar. So I'm saying that this shvua is a shvua b'nekitzas chayfetz, kedin meidem b'miktzas. Why? Shaharei yeshol of shnei edim ksherim, me'idin b'miktzas hamam shekafar b'kulei. Because the din is that a meidem b'miktzas is chayav shvua. Now there's another din, that's the din of Rab Chia, that if you have a mashal, someone says mani libiyatcha, and the other person is kefer hakil, and there's two edim that are saying that he owes 50. So we say, just like if he would have been made on 50, he would have been chayav a shvuas made a mix of shvua deraisa. On the other 50, so if there's edim that are saying on the 50, so he's chayav a shvua deraisa on the other 50. That's the general din. Now we're saying another din. You have two shtaris, and the two shtaris are signed by shnei edim hamakrisha zu azu. The two sets of edus were once makrisha zu azu. So we know one of them is definitely was lying. So therefore, you give him the lesser of the two stars. He has to pay the lesser of the two stars. Now, but again, the other star, he has to swear. He's swearing that he doesn't owe that money. The question is that shvua deraisa? So the Rambam is saying, v'yiroli, that shvua is a shvua like al derech v'ameidah b'miktzas. Why? Because there's Eidus over here saying that he owes the money. There's Eidus that is saying he owes the bigger amount of money. But there's definitely Eidus, there's a pair of kosher Eidus that are saying that he owes the lesser amount of money. So Mele it comes out that he's mourning both shtaris, and there's Eidus about one of the shtaris. So Mele it's keilu, it's just like when he asked him 100 and there's Eidus about 50. So over here also he's asking about 300, and there's Eidus lefachas about 100, maybe 200. So Mele he has to swear for the rest. That's what the Rambam is saying. V'yiroli sheshvu zu sheishav al hashar ben kitas chayfetz. Kedin made them a mixes. Why? Shariyeshal of Shnei Edim Ksherim, Me'idim b'mixes hamomim shekafar b'kulei. V'leiti Eidus pib g'deilim Eidus Edim k'meshel b'yarnas. So just like the din is, by when he denies the whole thing, and there's 50 there's Edim on the 50, he has to swear on the other 50. Salderas over here, he also has to swear on the other 50. Now, the Ravid argues with this Yiroli. The Ravid time is that he doesn't have to swear shvur deraisa on the rest of the money. He has kamatainas. One time he says the bechlal shtar is shibut karkois, and since a shtar is shibut karkois, so mela when you have a hido on karka, so then you don't have to swear on the rest. And there's a person the mashal months from someone karka and metaltalin, and lepel he's made on the karka and he denies the metaltalin, so there's no din shvur made of mixas. So that's one time that the Ravid has. Another time he has is that since it's shnei shtaris, so therefore when a person has one time, you owe me 100, and there's Edim on the 50, so then you have to swear on the other 50. But over here, since it's clearly two separate shtaris, so you can't be ma'ar of these two tainas. That's another time that the Ravid has on the Rambam. And the Ikka is the Ravid asks that there's a Rambam himself says that if someone comes along and says that you owe me 100, 50 I have a shtar for, and the 50 you owe me balpeh, and the person is moided that the 50 b'shtar is true, but the other 50 that's balpeh is not true. So we say the 50 that he was moided b'shtar is not considered a hidah because he couldn't have denied it. It's not something he could have really denied. It's mam sheyef shel lichperbe. So since it's mam sheyef shel lichperbe, that's not called a hidah. Therefore, he's not chayev a shvus made of mixes on the other 50. So the Ravid is tiny over here. Also, you have two stars. And one of the stars he can't really. He said he doesn't owe it, but lepel it's imam sheyef shalich berbe. Lepel since there's edim on the star, so in Mela for 50 there's definitely edim on 100. So that goes into a gather of not a hidob b'miktzes. It's imam lechatchila sheyef shalich berbe. So since it's imam sheyef shalich berbe, so the Ravid is timing. Why should that have a din of a meideh b'miktzes? But lepel the Rambam holds. The Rambam says a yiroli that it has that this hidah has a din of a shvus meideh b'miktzes. Halacha Gimel. Hoitzi Ruven shtar alevi. Ruven brings out a shtar against Levi. Ve'edav kat achas mishteyim. And lepel ve'hoitzi Shimon shtar sheni alevi. And also ve'edav hakat hashniya. And ve'levi kefer b'shneim. So you have over here Ruven and Shimon. And they're both presenting a shtar against Levi. Reuven is presenting a shtar against Levi with one of those kiti edus. He had two kiti edus, was makrisha zu. And Reuven is presenting a shtar against Levi with one of those edus. And Shimon is presenting a shtar against Levi with the other one of the two edus. So the pale Levi has a separate dentator with Reuven, a separate dentator with Shimon. And since we learned before that when they had to shtei kiti edus, hamakrisha zu, so each pair of edus separately has a din namonis of edus. Zuba b'fnei atzmi ida, Zuba b'fnei atzmi ida. So over here it's a ba b'fnei atzmi. Reuven is coming against Levi. So Levi has to pay Reuven because he has a star with Edom, and these Edom are becheskes kashas, and Shimon is coming with a star against Levi. And it's a separate din Torah, and those Eidus have a cheskes kashas. Aliba de emes. It can't be that both are true. It can't be that both are true, but Lepel, each one has nothing to do with the other. Reuven has one din Torah with Levi, and Shimon has another din Torah with Levi. So therefore, Reuven. Now, however, so Memele he has to pay. However, here there's another din that normally when you come with a star, you don't have to be a nishba v'netel. Normally a star you have to be taken, unless that person says he's shava v'tul. But normally when a person has a star, even that person tainas paraiti, unless he demands a shvur, so there's a din that you have to pay. Now there's a special din of chenveni al pinkosi. Chenveni al pinkosi means that we have a case where two people are moneying someone money, and we know for sure that one of them is lying, and lepel he has to pay both of them. But on the other hand, since he's paying both of them, we know for sure one of them is lying, and lepel one is saying against the other. So therefore, there's a din that each one has to be a nishba v'netel. In the case of chenveni al pinkosi is that someone told his chenveni, a person that he takes money from on his storekeeper, that he sometimes takes things from it and he has like credit by him. He tells his chenveni that I have poilim, that I owe money. Memela, they're going to come and give them $100. Again, Reuven is the balabayas. He tells the chenveni Levi, tells the chenveni Levi that when Shimon comes and he's my worker, give him $100. Now Lepel, that's what Reuven said. Now Lepel, Levi is tining that he gave the $100, and Shimon is tining that he didn't get the $100. So each one be'emes has a taina against Reuven, and each one is entitled to get his money. Levi is entitled to get his money because Reuven authorized Levi to give him the $100. Now Shimon is authorized to get the $100 because Shimon was his worker, and he never got the $100. So Reuven has to pay Sai Shimon and Sai Levi. But since Lepel is paying Shimon and Levi, and definitely one of them is lying, and each one is like arguing against each other, so therefore there's a special takana that by Chenveni al Pinkosei, Sai, the Chenveni is Nishba v'netel, and Sai the Pel is Nishba v'netel. So the Rambam is saying that the same din belongs over here. Because you have two shtaris coming out against, you have Reuven and Shimon are bringing shtaris against Levi, and Lepel Levi knows, we know that Lepel, one of these shtaris are from shtaris that are makhisha zu ezu. So maybe we know for sure one of the shtaris is not true, but we don't know which one. So Lepel, he has to pay Reuven because he has a shtar, it's a separate din Torah, and the Mele he's a nishba v'netel. He has Shimon, also has a shtar, he has a Eidus, that he's a nishba v'netel. But since we know that Lepel, either Reuven or Shimon, is not really entitled to get it, one of them is not entitled to get it because one of the Edom are really Edom Shakranim, we just don't know where. So therefore, there's the din that each one of those Malvim, which are the money from Levi, have to be a nishba v'netel. Let's read this one again. Halacha Gimel. Hoitzi Reuven shtar a Levi, ve'edav katachas mishteyam, ve'etzi Shimon shtar sheni a Levi, ve'edav akata shniya, and Levi is kefer b'shneim. So you have the two sets of Eidus on each star, and there's Reuven money with one star, with one set of the Eidus, Shimon's money with the other star, with the other set of Eidus, and Levi is kefer b'shneim. So the din is Hari Reuven nishba v'netel, and Shimon is also nishba v'netel. Why? The pastors are dvarim, why each one is a nishba v'netel. Each one is a netel because each one has Eidus, which are becheskes kashrus, and one has nothing to do with the other. So even though be'emes we know it's a stira, either one of them is chayav, the other one is chayav, but lepel, since each one is independent, so l'chur is two separate din teres. Now the Rambam continues, Shavadei echad mem yesh li yetzli. So basically the Rambam is saying that l'chur there's a stira. How could you say that he has to pay both of them? The answer is, since we know for sure that vadi yesh li etzli, by one of them he definitely owes. And each one is taining that he's the one. So therefore they have a right to taina. Because if it wouldn't have been a vada yeshli etzlei, so then he wouldn't have to pay. But since Lepel, he definitely owes money to one of them. The question is which one, and each one taining, he's the one, and he has the shtar, which is becheskes kashrus. So therefore he has to pay each one. But on the other hand, why does he have to swear? Since Lepel, he's definitely paying one of them shalekidin. And Lepel Kilu, each one, he doesn't have a Tainus Vadi against anyone because he doesn't know which one is the one that's a Tainus which is Eidus Pasal. And each one has a Cheskes Kashos. But since Lepel, he's just like by a Chemveni Alpin Kosi, the Chemveni is paying, the Balabais is paying side the Chemveni and side the Pelim, and he knows for sure one of them is paying Shlikadin, so therefore each one of them has to be a Nishba V'Netel. So Alderas over here, he's definitely paying one of them Shlikadin because one of them is the Chpasel, so and therefore they have to be a Nishba in order to be a Netel. He has to pay them because for sure there's definitely a Chiyuv over here. The question is who the Chiyuv is to, and each one has a star. But on the other hand, they have to swear because there's definitely someone that's being paid Shalekedin. Halacha Dalet. Hoitzi Reuven Shtar. This was talking about that you have two separate malvim that are money from one loiva with two with shtaris that have these kitei Eidus were makhisha zuzu. Now the other way. Hoitzi Reuven Shtar al Shimon. There's one person that's being moitzi a Shtar al Shimon the Eid of katachas mehem. And also, this same person is V'hoitzi, this same Ruvain, was Hoitzi Shtar Sheni Alevi. And V'edav Akata Shneah. And Lepel V'chol Echad Mem Kefer Bey. And each one is a Kefer. And Lepel, he's mourning these two dentators together, obviously. Because if he'd be mourning like the Ram will say B'hamshech, these two in Yonim separately, so Lepel, he comes with one star, and he mourns with that star, even though it's from the Eidus are from the Edom, which were from the Kitas with Makhisha Zuzu, and then he comes with the other star, and he runs with the other star. And he's talking to two separate people. So Savada, there's no problem. We'll soon see that even if it's the same person. Masha'ekin over here is talking about he has two stars, and there's two people that owe him money, and he's moneying both people together. You have to have the tzir exactly. He's coming with two stars. This Reuven has a star against Shimon, he has a star against Levi. The star against Shimon is with one kat Edom, the star against Levi is with the other kat of Edom. So we hoitzi Reuven shtar al Shimon, ve'ed of kat achas mem, ve'etzi shtar sheni al Levi, ve'ed of akat ashneah, ve'chol echad mem koifer bei, sai Shimon and sai Levi are saying they don't owe the money. So the din is hametzi mechaver ol v'ray. So hametzi mechaver ol v'ray, in other words, he doesn't, in other words, we can't say that each star, the Edom are becheskes kashrus, because they're a steer to each other. In other words, that's the din like we had by the Shnei Shvilim, when a person goes to Shnei Shvilim, and we know for sure one person went on one Shvil, and one person went on another Shvil, and they both come together, and they ask the Shaila, so over there we can't say that each one is Becheskas Tara, because we know one of them is Tomei. So over here also, we can't say that both Edom are Becheskas Kashrus, because we know one of those Edom were Shakranim, and we're speaking about both Edom at the same time. That's this din, because you're coming with both stars at the same time to two separate people. Is the hail ve'in Reuven yochel lekaim echad mishtei shtaris. So therefore, I call shtar mehem kecheres. Ushnei anitonim nishbonim hasis v'naftarim. It's as if he has no shtar. He's presenting these two stars at the same time. And lepel, we know for sure that the two stars are not both emes because one of them has Edom shakranim, and therefore he can't mon with any of the stars. Now, b'med dvarim amurim b'shabo shtei akitzos lohoyet ki echad. He's coming with both of them together. He's bringing a star with one set of Eidus, and he's bringing a star with another set of Eidus, and they're coming together. If a person comes with a star that has only one of the kittas, and there's no other kitta involved, is gevabei. If he himself goes later and brings out another star, star sheni sheyesh be'edus hakata shneya, is a reza gevabei. Bein men halev arishan be'meacher. So in other words, the same person, the same Reuven, could come to Shimon with one star, which has Eidus of one of the kites, and mon from him money. And tomorrow, or an hour later, he could come with the other star, and mon again the money, because it's two separate dentators, and in each dentator, the Edom are becheskes kashrus. Masha'enkin, when you're presenting both stars together, and you're presenting both Eidus together, so mainly you can't say the Eidus are becheskes kashrus, because we know that one of those Eidus are apostle. That's this din. So, V'im hoitzi acharka ben hu ben acher star sheni sheyesh be'edus hakata shneya reza geva be'ben ben haleva rishon, whether he goes to the original labor which he won money with one cut, now he's money the money with the other cut. So we say mimanav shach, one of them is possible. We don't say mimanav shach. Yesterday we passed him this way and said it was kosher, and now we're passing here but again it's kosher. Shari kol kat mishteyim ba b'fnei atzme v'hida, and therefore each kat is becheskes kashrus. Halacha hey. Mi shehevi edim, v'nechre eduson, v'huzmu, a person brought edim to prove something, and lepel, the edus was presented, and then there was hazom. And then v'chazar v'hevi edim acherim be'esatayn atzma. he brings another pair of Eidim to say the same thing that the first pair of Eidim said. And Lepel, the second pair of Eidim, is also v'huzmu. Afilu me'akat. And v'achar kach hevi Eidim ba'isa tayne antzva v'nimtzas Eidus elu achreinis mechuvanis. And so the Chur, it sounds like, you see, this person is bringing one set of Eidus and they were found to be liars. Second set of Eidus found to be liars. 100 sets of Eidus. And now the 101st set of Eidus weren't found to be liars. So the question, are we choshid that they're lying? So the Rambam says no. Nevertheless, done in Alpiyah. We done based on the last pair of Eidus where this person brought. This person that's bringing the Eidim, he's that he's bringing Eidim Shakranim, but nevertheless, when a person has a taina and he was already a liar, so we say that he's a Huchzik Kafrin, so we don't believe is another taina. There's a person that said one taina, we know that that was a lie, and now he's saying another taina, so he's a Huchzik Kafrin, we don't accept the second taina. So here also, the Chur, he brought Eidim, they were found to be liars. Now he's bringing other Eidim, so the Chur, let's not accept the other Eidim. So the answer is, no, Bishlem, if you're accepting what he said, you're basing it on what he said, so then you can't accept it. But over here, there's Eidim. Those Eidim aren't Becheskes Kash liars. Those Eidim are Becheskes Kashas, and Eidim are believed. So even though L'chura, there's the whole story that he seems to be a liar and bringing Eidim Shakranim, but Lepel, since these Eidim are saying this Eidus, so we accept the Eidus, what the Eidus is saying. That's the Pishnayim Eidim Yokim Dover. These Eidim are Becheskes Kashas. Now this din, that even though this person seems to be found to be a person that's bringing Eidim Shakranim, but Lepel, since these Eidim said Eidus, and we don't know anything about these Eidus, that they're psulim, so therefore we accept what the Eidus are saying. That's talking about when the Eidim came along and said the Haggadah Balpeh. They said clearly a Haggadah say this. So even though they were brought from someone, by someone, they were brought by someone that was a Shakran, he brought other Eidim Shakranim, but nevertheless, since they're saying the Eidus, we accept what they're saying. Aval star shekara levirer. If you have a star shekara levirer, what do you mean star kara levirer? V'hu sheoveu shnayim v'yemru mimenu shal lezayif l'shtar zeh. In other words, you have a star being presented in Bezdin, and now you have another two Eidim coming along and saying, listen, this star that's being presented in Bezdin, it's not our names. But Lepel, we were asked to be Mezayif the star. We didn't do it, but we were asked to be Mezayif the star. So we're basically are saying that this person that's bringing the star is a choshut. L'zayiv v'haraya, he came to us and he asked us to be Mezayif the star, to write a false star. Is afal pish niskayim ashtar mechesmav. Even though Lepel, we have a kiyum on this star, and the signature was authenticated, nevertheless, and gave him b'leilim. Why? Because we don't have any Eidim, like the Rambam say Behemshech, we don't have any Eidim that's saying Haggadah b'bezdin. We have some Eidim b'shtar, which is b'cheskes kashrus, and then we have a kiyum on those Eidim sheb'shtar. We don't have Eidim mamish that are saying Haggadah's Eidus b'bezdin. And since there's Eidim that are saying that he asked us to be Mezayif, this star, so therefore he's considered a chashad, and the star is also chashad. And you can't run from such a star. And that the Rambam says, V'yiro li, shembo Eidei Ashtar, if the original Eidei Ashtar come, v'yidu him ba'atzma, al ksav yodin, gave him by. Because since Lepel, they're saying Eidus right now, the Rambam is saying they're Yiroli. Based on what the Rambam said before, since the Eidim are saying Eidus right now, we accept what they're saying. We don't have any cheskas that they're liars. No, we have a chazaka, we have a raya that this person that's presenting the star is a liar. For her raya, he tried to bring Shakrana to Mezayif the star. Just like we had in the case before, he brought Eidim, which became Huzam. So this person is becheskas to bring people that are liars. But the Eidim aren't becheskas Shakranim. And therefore we accept the Eidim. So Bishlam, if you don't have the Eidim in front of us, we have only a star. So normally a star is becheskas kashrus. Eidim achsum al star is nasik nish nach kredus bebezin. And when you mekayim the star gets a din of that. It's a raya to be meitzimamen. But since this star is not so becheskas kashrus anymore, because this star we see that the Eidim said that he tried to be mezayif the star. So it takes off the whole cheskas hashtar. The whole cheskes hashtar, and al there is the kiyum of the shtar. In other words, if you have a shtar, it's becheskes kashrus, and you're mekayim it, so it becomes a stronger kashrus. But over here, it's not becheskes kashrus, because the person that is bringing the shtar, we already have Eidim that he tried to be mezayif the shtar. Masha'inkin, when you have the Eidim that are saying what's mashakasa b'shtar, they're saying Eidus, mashakasa b'shtar. So l'chur, it's mamish like before, that even though the person that's presenting the shtar is taka b'cheskas a-shakran, but they're not b'cheskas kashan. You have to understand why is there a Yeroli of the Ram. The Ram is saying it's only a Yeroli. Yeroli, shebo Eidi ashtar, v'hidu ein ba'atzim, al ksav yodam, gave him them. B'rich Rachmana Desaya.